Welcome everybody, this is me, Dusty Circuit, and welcome to another ACO Player of the Month.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Okay, so from here
Hello.
on, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and mute. We're going to get our meeting going. It's going to be not a long meeting, but I do have a lot of things to go over. So if you guys can just stay muted when I need input or questions, I'll definitely say, okay, go ahead and ask your question, and that gives you an opportunity to talk one at a time. What push to talk is fine too. Yeah, if you have push to talk on. But definitely need you guys to stay quiet through this first part. After the meeting, we will be watching a fireworks show. Dusty set up a fireworks show. As you guys know, in the U.S., it's our Independence Day, and we Americans typically
What?
celebrate Independence Day.
What's
It's
that?
the day that our country became.
Really, Ben?
Okay, remember the whole muting, Ben? That does include you. Please mute. So, um, to celebrate that, Americans, we typically like to blow things up and do fireworks, and so we will be doing that. Okay, whoever's shooting those, can you not please? No arrows in here, no fire arrows in here. All right, so we will have a fireworks show. So thank you for Dusty for putting that together. It's going to be pretty spectacular. So, all right, so let's get started. I want to actually do our Player of the Month first, celebrate that before we go into some of the talks. So this month we had, as you guys heard me say yesterday, we had a tie. It was a tied up until last night. This morning, one player did pull ahead by quite a few votes, and pretty exciting for me to see this player get so many nominations because they are a player that's been with us now for several months. When they first joined, pretty shy, didn't talk much, didn't really talk in Discord much, never vocally talking. But I saw them do amazing things on the down low, things like helping other players through messages and doing things like in-game messages, things like that. And it was really great to kind of see them develop and grow and become who they are today. And I'm not the only one that has seen it because, like I said, you guys overwhelmingly did end up voting this person as our July Player of the Month. And if I could have Miss Emrez come on up. Where are you, Emrez? You guys can go ahead and unmute for a minute and say congrats.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Well deserved.
Congrats!
Congrats.
There you go. So,
What the? What the?
okay, Doug, you gotta stop.
Doug.
Stop, Doug. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, Emrez, if you want to come on up really quick, stand next to your head. I'm going to take your picture. Telly will change the signs out here in a little bit and get you. Telly will get the signs changed out here in a little bit, and we'll get your name put. But Emrez, if you could come up for just a minute. I know you're hiding away and I know you don't like attention, but you know what? You've earned it and you've done such a fantastic job. And it was really cool to see so many of your peers vote for you. That's fine. We can do it after. No worries on that at all. But it's pretty awesome because you guys know, sometimes speaking is very hard and feeling comfortable is very hard. And especially with a lot of us because we do struggle with things like shyness and anxiety and all that, and to see a player come kind of like out of their shell and feel comfortable enough to help others and to put others first is pretty huge. And I know for a fact they've been talking recently, which is so exciting. So I'm really proud of you, Emrez. And like I as admin, I typically don't vote. So when I say this is all you guys, this is all you guys. So congratulations on that, Emrez. All right. So, and we'll get the picture after. So, a few things I want to go over. If you guys make sure you guys are unmuted again. Natalie, help me. Let me see. I'm reading really quick. Help me when I became buddy. Yeah, and this is crossover. Emrez. I've talked to Emrez multiple times about how awesome they are over on AC, and now it's come over to ACO. So I think we're pretty lucky to have you here, Emrez, and just keep being you. So, all right. So a few things I'd like to go over with you guys. And this is going to be just kind of a random stuff here, but just hang with me while we get through it. Um, some of our players like to tell other players to go to bed. Okay. And that has to stop. The reason is that we don't know each other's schedules. Riley is a great example. I know she hates to be used as an example, but she's a great example of this because Riley will stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning, but then sleep till 3 in the afternoon. Riley gets more than 12, like she gets 10 to 12 hours sleep every day. Her schedule's just different. It's different than everyone else's, and that is absolutely okay. Some of our other players are doing the same thing. In the end, we're all here. We're old enough to be here. We're old enough to not have somebody telling us to go to bed. So from here on out, I just don't want to see it. It's not appropriate. If you are very concerned about someone's sleep schedule, for instance, if you think, gosh, you know what, I know for a fact they're not sleeping, let an admin know. If you have to, just do a mod rec and be like, hey, can somebody check on this player because I'm concerned they're not sleeping. But we're not one of us here is above anyone else. We're not, we don't have ranks. We don't have moms or dads, we don't have things like that aside from admin. So if you don't see me having a private talk, and you're not going to see me having a private talk because it would be just that, it'd be private. But you just don't worry yourself with that, because what it does is it actually ends up making the player feel pretty bad. Again, not to use Riley as an example, but Riley was one of the nights she was up working on an event. It was for you guys. And she had multiple people giving her a hard time about being up so late, when what you didn't know was the day before she didn't wake up until 3 p.m. So it was still in her zone of being awake. We don't know what everyone else is going through, so let's just not try to parent them. All right, guys? Got it? Can I get a yes in chat that everyone understands this? Okay, cool. Let's see. Moving on. Twitter links. All right, guys. I know you guys like to share things like Twitter links sometimes. When if you see something that's really cool, even if it's Minecraft related, I'm gonna have to ask that from now on you don't actually post the link. And this also could be for Instagram. It doesn't have to necessarily be Twitter, but sometimes what happens is the post itself is completely fine, and sometimes it's even like ACO relatable, like if it's Minecraft or something. But the problem is that we don't know the thread that's going to be on there. We don't know the comments. We don't know the inappropriate pictures, especially something like Twitter, when it can get really, Twitterish. So from now on, if you guys see something like on Facebook or Instagram or any social media, or anything, Reddit, it doesn't matter. If it's something that you think is cool enough to show us, screenshot the part you want us to see, and post it. But no more posting links, because we had one last week that had some pretty horrible stuff attached to it. And the last thing I want is some of our younger ACO players to be exposed to that kind of stuff. So again, all yes, you guys understand? Yep. Okay. Let's see, going through. Okay. So another thing I need to talk about is, if you are, and this kind of ties to the whole going to bed, if you are concerned about a player, if you're concerned about a sign per se you see they leave, or concerned about a behavior they have, or if you see something about a build on theirs that you don't think is okay, do /modrec and say, Blue, please check this out. Modrecs I see all day long. Even if I'm not actively doing the modrec, I get notifications of modrecs, and so I can see them all day long. Another option you guys have is, do you need help getting out of there?
I'm good.
Okay, so another thing that you have option to is /helpop. It's /HELPOP. Okay, and helpop will alert us not just through console but also Discord that something is wrong and needs our attention. If you guys come across something, let's say a sign that a player leaves that's very disturbing in any form, do /helpop and let us know. What you do not do is do not post that sign, because that puts a lot of attention on that player that maybe they didn't want, and maybe you misunderstood what the sign was saying, and it actually wasn't something negative, but it had something to do with something they're doing. And now all of this is being seen by everyone, and we just don't tolerate that. So please, from now on, if you guys see something, and what's that? So if you guys see something and you're concerned, do /helpop, do /modrec, ping, say add ACO admins. I'd like to be put in private and talk, but just let's not do that. Let's not put attention on other players that doesn't necessarily need to be there. You guys all understand that? Thumbs up. Yes. Okay. This is important. It's happened now a few times in the last few months, and it's just something that we really need to make sure that it doesn't keep happening. Let's see. Portals, Nether Hub. Let's talk about this for just a minute, okay? The portals, you guys, and I've gone over this, but at the same time, I've gone over this a few times, but we've had so many new players come in that I just feel like it's good to go over this. The Nether Hub, and I'm going to give you guys. DJ, can you mute? Thanks. I'm going to give you the little analogy that I usually say when I do a new player tour. The Nether Hub is like an apartment complex. For those of you that know what apartments are, okay, it means we all live together in one area. And the apartment complex is you each have your own apartment. That's your portal room. And your portal room will take you into, per se, your apartment. And then you have your bedrooms, which are your 10 portals. Okay. The portal room is 100% yours. You can decorate it however you want, as long as you have no more than 10 portals, 11 counting the Nether Hub one. You're fine. You can kind of do it how you want. But the Nether Hub itself is commonly shared area. Okay. It's all of ours. And you would not, go to an apartment complex and change things around or add stuff in the middle of the hallway that your neighbors share. And we don't do that here either. It's just about respect. It's kind of like, I used this analogy recently too, where it's kind of like if you invite a roommate to live with you for a bit, you go out of town for a weekend and you come home and they changed your couch into a reading area. They got rid of your TV. They painted the walls orange when you love blue. Imagine, and then being like, oh, okay, I don't know why you did that to my house. It's kind of the same with the Nether Hub, okay? It's all of our house. We all take ownership in it. So no changing things. I noticed the flowers got changed again. Let's not do that, guys. Like, we as a group decide what we want in those pots, and that's what we do. I was actually going to bring it up today. It's time to change. We're in summertime. We've had black nether roses. We're gonna talk about that next, and then we've had black nether roses. I think we've had the blue corn powder, or whatever that one, cornflower. So what do you guys, one of the things we'll decide right now is, what do you guys want those flowers to be? And once we decide, that's what it is. You don't have the right to go and say like, oh, I don't like the orange, or I don't like the red poppies, I want this. Because again, it's not your call to do that. You're just a guest in this area. So real quickly, do you guys have a one that you would like to do? Think summer. We're thinking summerish. So I'm seeing a lot of people saying orange or yellow. BJ's cool with anything. White, dead bush, really? Mini trees, blue. I don't know what blue means. Oh, color blue. Okay. So cactus is hot summer. Cactus actually does signify summer, sort of. So what, I think this is going to be a little much to put all here right now. I think what I'll do is I'll post it and I'll take your top ones and then we'll go by reactions. We'll do that. I'll post this on ACO later. We'll go by reactions. Whichever one has the highest reaction, then we'll go ahead and sunflower, that's a good one. Sunflower actually I think would signify summer too. Or so sunflower. So anyways, maybe think about it for a few minutes, and what we'll do is it won't go in the pot. Oh, okay. So we'll do that. So I'll do a reactionary, and then what it is, that's what it is. If you guys change it out or something, I'm going to hold you accountable for that, because it's been happening a lot. We need it to stop. Okay. Just remember, this is a commonly shared area. Now, saying that also extends to the hallways. The rule is you can decorate your obsidian, and that's it. So it has to be something that stays on the obsidian. It cannot come out. If you're not sure, like, I can't tell if this is allowed or not, just ask. Do a mod rec and say, hey, is this okay? And I'll be like, yeah, no, that's cool. Or nope, actually that went into the hallway. If it goes into the hallway on the ground, you cannot use it. You can have one block that comes out of the portal. So on the obsidian, like, you can literally put a block on the obsidian, but it cannot go into the actual hallway area. You cannot remove carpet, and you cannot remove any of the flooring. So that might mean that those last two blocks at the bottom can't be there, but the rest can. That's okay. Another thing, if possible, guys, please keep at least one of the heads. I provide you guys 2 heads when I light the portals. This helps us know where you are. It helps us, for me, doing mod recs, it is really helpful. Because when I light a portal, and I have to go into the Nether hub and find your portal room, it's really helpful if I can just see the heads. So please try to incorporate at least one of the heads on there. Signs, if you don't want a sign saying it's yours, that's your prerogative. You do not have to have that. Nobody should be going into anyone's portals unless they're invited anyway. It's just common courtesy. There's no reason any of you should be going into anyone else's is there. It's like literally walking to someone's apartment is how I see it. So just don't. If you don't know who someone is, then ask around. Just say, hey, do you guys know who this is? But you don't need to go in there just to find out. It's not your business to find out whose it is. Okay. You guys have any questions about that? Anyone have a question? Now if you need you can unmute. Please let's not do that anymore. Okay. If you guys have any questions, now's the time to ask on that because this is important. It's something that I'm going to talk about that mod. This is something that kind of keeps coming up, and so I just really want to make sure nobody has any questions on this because it seems like every week I'm having to break signs. Sometimes it's innocent stuff. You guys are just placing signs to say hi to somebody. I get that, but again, now people are having to walk in the hallway over your signs. So let's just not. If you want to leave a sign for someone and it's your friend and you have permission to go into their portal room, put it inside there or put them in their mailbox, say hi to them through a book or something. But we need to just definitely start to really follow these rules. Some players they don't mind, other players really do mind and I hear about it. So let's just kind of all be on the same line. Let's see here. All right. The next question, the next thing I want to say is mental health. Okay. So right now we're struggling. We are, everyone is struggling. It's just part of what's happening. And, the world is changing and right in front of us. We're living through history right now. Like what's happening is something that we've never gone through and our generations have never been through, which means a lot of players' mental health is struggling. You need to be very aware of that because you might be having a hard time, but not realizing everyone else is having a hard time. So, what I'm asking of you guys is to be sensitive, be considerate of other people. Okay. The live channel is there to help. The live channel is there to help with, letting you guys have a safe place that you can, talk honestly about how you are feeling. But we need to be very understanding of everybody else. We need to be understanding that, what you're going through, somebody else might also be going through, as well as they might be going through something a lot harder than that. And just try to be very sensitive to that. If you are feeling really bad and if it's something that's not really life appropriate, message, use the admins and we will put you guys in private to talk to you. Some of the conversations lately that have been in life are pretty heavy, and it's hard for some players to see that when they themselves are going through heavy things themselves. So we just really need to be careful that the things that are said in the live channel are appropriate, meaning ACO appropriate, the usage of spoilers, the usage of, not saying certain, trigger words, instead talking to an admin if you need to about that. But it's something that, just understand that we're all having a hard time. If you guys see me not as active for a few days, it's usually because I'm struggling with something. I don't want to bring it to you guys. I don't want to snap at someone or, it's not a reason for me to take anything that I'm going through out on someone. And I expect the same of you guys. So just please use that and use it in a respectful way. And also, no, I'm going to be posting those Amada said our hotline numbers posted. I'm making a document that has, things like suicide numbers that you could call for help available, and that will be pinged. So um yeah, a few more things. So as far as that goes, just be respectful. I get sometimes we can kind of get in our own heads and everything is huge in our heads and then we forget that other people are going through the same thing. So just try to be mindful of everybody in ACO, of our family members. And if there's something that you want to talk about that's going to upset or offend someone, let's try to find a different platform for that. And that might mean a private chat in ACO private. Okay. Does everyone understand what I'm saying? Yes, yes. Yep. Okay. Let's see here. A couple more things. We're almost done. Okay, so this is a big one. This has been coming up a lot lately. DMs. I feel like we talk about this also at every player of the month, but I really need to make it understood. Um, do not DM a player unless you have permission from them, and the permission and that has to be done outside of things like messaging, hey, in game or in Discord, like, hey, can I DM you? It's actually come up a lot in the past couple weeks. I've had players coming to me not comfortable with people DMing them, not knowing why they're DMing them, why are they breaking the rules, things like that. This is 100% for your safety. It's for your safety. When you guys sign up, a lot of you are under 18, and that puts you in and I'm not calling you guys children, but it puts you in legally a child's perspective. Okay. And we assure your parents when you join that we will look out for you. Legally. Yep. We assure your parents that we look out for you. And part of that is keeping you guys safe from people messaging you privately. Okay. And minors is a better word. Young adult minors. I'm just saying, like, in a legal sense, you could be 17 and 3/4, and by law here in the US you're still an adolescent, so you're a child. And so the DMing has to really stop. I'm literally getting messages daily from people saying, can you please tell this person not to DM me, or why is this person DMing me? We have Discord for this reason. Our Discord is set up so you guys can communicate. You can communicate about anything from in-game stuff. You can communicate about, something that's going on in life. Like I said, the live channel, if you're having a hard time, you're struggling with something. We have food channels. You can communicate about dinners. You can communicate in the language channel. I've always wanted to learn Spanish. Can somebody help me learn Spanish? We literally have a channel for pretty much anything. And as you guys know, if it's something that you want to have a channel about, we make it. So we're giving you guys a very, very safe platform here to be able to talk to each other, as well as having private voice channels and a private channel. I've mentioned multiple times, if you guys wanted to, yep, I am. That's next on my thing, just whiskers. We even have private channels. Let's say Martin M wants to talk to MC Rocks about something that she doesn't want everyone else to see. Martin M can say, hey, can me and MC Rocks be put in a private channel? Absolutely, you can. If you guys want to work on a certain build together and you need 3 or 4 people, but you need it to stay somewhat private, tell me. I'll make a channel for you guys. You use it. When you're done, the channel goes away. That simple. But it's a safe place. One thing we cannot have is all these private DM conversations happening that are outside, because this is a great opportunity for people to end up on other servers, things like that. And in the past, we've had some pretty horrible things happen to players, not just on AC, but ACO as well. And it all started because they trusted someone in a DM, they got lured away. I can't have that, and I will not have it. So please just follow the rules, guys. If there's something that if there's something that has to be talked about that is just completely out of your, like, I cannot do that, I can't have this conversation on AC, where other players could see it, let me know. I will put you guys in private. You have that ability. It's why we have an ACO Discord, is so you guys can communicate safely. And we're ensuring your parents it's safely. Okay. We're telling your parents we are keeping you guys safe by encouraging you to stay here and not go off privately. Before I move on to the pings, yeah, exactly. So even just whiskers as an adult has seen this happen, so it's just good. A lot of you think, oh, it's just an innocent conversation, and that's fine, but innocent conversations sometimes don't stop. They can keep going. And you guys, even though you think you know each other, you don't know each other. You don't know me. You know me from what you see only. You don't know the kind of person that I am outside of this. And that's why, and as adults, like, we have to take this even more serious and not do this because of the blue could not be like blue. Yeah, I could be totally red and you don't know it. No. And that's why AF always says, for those of you that have heard AF talk about this, what does AF always say? AF says, don't even trust me. As autism father, don't trust me. He tells the parents, don't let your child message me, because they don't, if we're one-on-one, there's absolutely no way that we can keep you safe. So, and that includes me, and it includes anyone. Now, for some of you guys that are all peer age, your friends, I get that. But if it doesn't have to be on privately done, don't do it privately. And again, I bring this up, it seems like every player of the month, but it's that important. So Do you guys have any questions? Does anyone need to unmute and ask a specific question about that? You guys all good? Good. Okay, pings kind of go with this. All right, so the other day there was a ping I saw saying, sorry to call you out, Ben X, but it was you. You pinged Mod Killer saying you're in the AFK call. But when you did that, did you know it was like 3 o'clock in the morning for him? He was asleep. He fell asleep in the call. It got moved to AFK. Not a big deal. That's where they said it's not a big deal. So that's that's it. That's what the AFK call is for. It gets pushed into there. Yeah, Mod, you did. So and it happens. It happens all the time. Like Riley, my own daughter, has fallen asleep in Discord, I think 2 or 3 times. So it happens, guys. It happens. Not a big deal. Let's not ping about it. Let's not call someone out because it could be embarrassing. It could have been, I mean, I don't think it embarrassed Mod, but it could have been embarrassing. And 2, what is he going to do about it when he's asleep? He's asleep. So so let's not do that, guys. Now with pings, I know I totally call Riley out. She'll be mad. For pings, things like that, we need to cut them down again. And again, we have some newer players, so maybe they don't quite understand all this, but for pings, you don't need to ping another player unless it's something very, very specific that you have to ask that specific player. If somebody, let's say, wants to go into voice call, let's say they want a voice and nobody's around voicing, you can be like, hey guys, is anyone a voice call? But don't ping and say like, hey Blue, do you want a voice? Or hey MC Rocks, do you want a voice? Or hey BJ Horton, you want a voice? Because it puts that person on the spot, as well as if they're not able to, it might make them feel bad, and then 2, what if what if Emrys is like, well, why didn't they ask me? Like or Tabby's like, well, wait, why do they only want to talk to them? No. So it's one of those things. It's like, if it's, like Nan said, if it's an urgent ping, something like, Blue, there's somebody on the server that is breaking stuff. I think a troll, because we have new players join sometimes, and if I don't see it, that is important. Things like that are very important. Or hey, MC Rocks, you said yesterday you wanted to work on a build together, and I'm available now. Are you ready? That's an okay ping, because that's something that you guys had already arranged. But just to ping someone for no reason, let's not do that, okay? Do you guys have any questions on that? Yes, you have a question, Dis? Or yes, you understand? Let's say, okay, are you guys all good with that? Let's say yes. Let's just go back to yes. Oh, you have a question. Okay, what's your question, Mud? You can unmute to ask a question if you need to.
Okay, so with pings, like say if somebody asked, like say if like say like there's going to be, say if someone says ping me when you're on, that fine?
That would be like what I gave the example with MC Rock, saying like if it's something that you guys had already decided, like we're gonna build tomorrow, I'm just waiting on them to wake up or something, you can say, hey, ping me when you're up, and then I'll hop on and do something with you. That's absolutely acceptable, because that's something between you two that you've already come across. I'm talking about more of the random pings that just kind of come out of nowhere, things like that.
So like say like at Blue, what's for dinner, and ACO
Yeah,
talk.
those are the ones that need to stop.
Okay.
Yeah, things like that. Now, because obviously I'm the admin, there's things you can ping me about that's a little bit different than a normal player.
Yeah.
But like for instance, let's say you guys yeah, exactly. So like let's say, like gaming. So if you want to play Fortnite, you don't have to ping me, Blue, do you want to play Fortnite? Say like, hey, does anybody want to play Fortnite? I've tried to cut back on the pings as far as I do the adheres, but we do have players, even again yesterday, that are like, I didn't know you guys were playing Fortnite. Nobody pinged. I've been waiting for 3 days to play. So there is going to be times that I will do a ping if a group of us are playing a game together, I will ping. When we do a wither fight, I'll ping. And that's just part of being in a server. You're going to get sometimes those server related pings. Aside from that, players should not have to worry about getting private pings. Especially if you don't know that player. I know we have a few players that are very anti-ping, like they hate getting pinged. And sometimes they'll get pinged for the silliest thing. And I'm like, wow, I kind of understand why they hate it so much, because it pulls their attention to something that maybe they were doing something else just to find someone said, hi, what's for dinner? Something silly. So
okay, that's all I want to know. Thanks.
we're gonna try and play Disc sooner, by the way. I'm sorry. Yesterday we were waiting on Nen to get home, and then we played for a little bit, and then I had to leave, and we'll play. I promise. So anyway, that kind of goes over the pings. Do you guys have any like questions about pings or when to not, when to, things like that? Okay. I think you guys pretty much got it. It's just something, the DMing, the ping, these are really important things. And it's, I hate to keep having to bring it up each month, but at the same time, we're not doing that. If that's what you're talking about, we've talked about it in admin a few times now. We're not going to set up tags for players because we even just this past week have gained another player that never would have even known to play with us because of the fact that they didn't have that tag, things like that. We've already gone over it and we can talk about it at another time if somebody wants to talk about it. But yeah, we're not gonna, if they say, yeah, we'll talk about that later. That's like a whole nother thing. So all right, so the mall really quickly. The mall, if you guys, a lot of you moved in, this is pretty exciting. Okay, you guys are using your stuff. We have a channel called Community Shops and Trading. You guys are all familiar with that. This is a perfect place for you to post things like, I'm running a sale for the next 5 hours. You guys can get your what's normally, this stack of concrete is usually 1 diamond or 2 diamonds. For the next couple hours, it's a diamond. And if you guys want to make legit commercials, for some of you that use recording, you know how to do that, make commercials about your stuff. You're able to advertise in that channel. You're even able to ask players questions. I was told people have gotten DMs from people saying, hey, do you mind if I buy this from your shop, or can I trade this at your shop? Those are unwarranted DMs. Don't do that. Use the channel. Use the channel as for, because you can say like, ping that person, and that might actually spark a conversation, that another player, oh, I had that same question. So, and it's really important to use the correct channel for that. Now, with that being said, I understand a few of you kind of broke the rules as far as the building goes. It's real important to think of your shop as like your portal room box. You guys all remember what your portal rooms look like before you made them, how amazing you made them. That is kind of the same with your shop. What you're given is your shop. So you cannot dig under the floor. You cannot replace the floor. You cannot replace the walls or the ceiling. And that gray strip in the front has to be visible. Okay. So everything inside of there you can do. If you wanted to make it only a 5x5 shop, you can. But you can do what you want inside of it. But you have to stay within those boundaries, stay within the blocks and the box that you're given. And we're going to be going through and checking that. So if you have tore out your floor, if you've dug down, if you've dug, if you change your ceiling, if you've done any of those things you're not supposed to do, fix it, please. Fix it. And so that way tomorrow when we go through them all and we look to see who is not doing it correctly, we don't have to, have to talk with you about it. So it's important. And it's important because we want to make it fair for everybody. We need it to be like standard, not like, well, this player got to dig down and I can't. Or downstairs gets an unfair advantage because they get to dig down and upstairs can't. So just like I said, think of it as a box. And I think, yeah, Ragnar said it best. It's like, think of the stone or whatever it was he used as bedrock. So just don't change it. If you already have, it's no big deal. Fix it. If you want a floor that's different, do it and put stairs. That's what pretty much everyone else has done. So does anyone have any questions on that, specifically the mall and what you are or not allowed, or how you can advertise? Use the channels. Those channels were dead for the longest time. And it's so great to see you guys starting to use them again. But I would love to see you guys actually advertise. Like, take the time to make up a flyer, or take the time to make up, if you want to be the one they buy the wool from or the concrete from, get your business. Go out just like you would if you had a regular business. If you don't advertise and people don't know what you sell, your business is probably not going to do so well. I remember telling Dusty a while back, make a commercial. How cool would that be? You video, you edit, make a really cool commercial. If some of you guys want to help each other with that, let's say MC Rocks wants a commercial for hers, but she doesn't have the ability to do that, then that could be something that, like, per se Dusty does. That's part of his shop, is I will make commercials for you. I will do these things. So you guys can really use this and get a lot of in real life knowledge from this. Like, you can learn from this and it will just kind of help you. Are you stuck? Okay, give me just a second. I'll get you out. Okay, so I think that's it. That was a lot to go over. Usually we don't have that much of the, I wouldn't call this negative stuff, but it's just more reminders because in the end, we're about safety and you're here. You're playing on our server and not necessarily other servers because of safety, because of the fact that we do have such, we monitor so much and we do everything we can to keep you guys safe. Sometimes, as an autistic myself, I can say sometimes we tend to overshare. Sometimes we tend to say things that we don't necessarily should or shouldn't because it's just part of, that's just unfortunately part of being autistic. So because of that, we just have to make sure you guys are safe, and that's why we do have to go through some of these rules over and over and over and over. Now, real quick, you guys, guess what starts tomorrow? Anyone know?
Star Wars.
Nope.
Hitman.
Me and Buddy working on the farm.
Man.
Bloodbath.
Man, forget 4th of July. We're about the 5th of July. Yeah. So, oh yeah, thanks, Widow. Yeah, so Hitman starts tomorrow. So today at some point I will be pinging you, taking you into either private voice or private message or something private, not private DM, but private voice or message, and letting you guys know who your target is. It's really important that I'm able to get a hold of you today. So kind of keep your eye out for a ping. Yes, you will get a ping for this because it will be super fast. I'll just throw you in voice or something, tell you who you have. And then you guys can start tomorrow. Now we're going to start tomorrow 9 a.m. No, I'm sorry. I think I said noon. Yeah, noon Eastern Standard. So tomorrow, starting at noon Eastern Standard Time, is when the game will start. So no killing somebody 5 minutes before that. Remember, guys, this is a really fun game for us. It is, yes. So basically after restart. Yep, after restart. So when we do our restart, so for me it's 9 a.m. Yeah. Okay, guys, remember this is for fun. This is a fun thing that we're doing. No hard feelings. I can promise you all but one of you will die. Okay, that's how the game works. Only one of you guys can win. So if you're playing, have a good attitude. Are you gonna rage quit when you die? Yeah, you probably will for a minute, and that's okay. But after, just remember it's a game. We're just here to have fun. It's a big mind game. So, keep in mind that you can't feel bad if you got tricked because it's part of the game. All right. What was another thing I was going to say regarding it? Make sure you're following the rules. We went over the rules. If you have questions about the rules, let me know. Otherwise, make sure you guys are following the rules. No assisting. For those of you that are not playing, let's say George is not playing. George cannot tell yeah, let's say Void has, I don't know, Mex. Void can't, George can't say, Void, Mex is in the Nether Hub. Hurry, go get him. Not allowed. And if it's caught, you will be removed from the game and
I'm not helping Void ever.
you will not be able you'll not only will you be removed, you will not be able to play in the next one. So really I take it very, very, very serious because it's just not fair. And I'm about things that are not fair. So let's not do that.
I have a question.
Yes.
I don't know if this is optional, but can I choose an Agent 47 skin if I participate?
Yeah, you can have whatever skin you want. Just know, again, you might die. And if you guys are going to sign up, like by the time this meeting is over, it has to be done because of the fact that I'm going to be handing out the names pretty close after. So
I just had to ask that.
how many I'll do the same thing I did last time, which means tonight I'll probably put up a board at spawn that will say the names just like we did last time. So that way you guys can keep track of who is in, who isn't. It's not fair when people are like, I'm really playing, or no, I'm not playing, and they really are, they really aren't. I mean, at least you guys can have a heads up of knowing who actually is playing and kind of go from there. Okay, last thing I want to end on is something kind of cool. I mean, it's a good problem to have, is we've grown, guys. We've grown. Right now we're currently doing player of the month. Obviously once a month. That means 12 players a year can have the option of being nominated when we have literally is the latest 112 members. So as we've kind of said for a while, we might need to rethink player of the month. We might need to look at other options. And we've kind of said we'd start really heavily looking at options when we hit 50. And now we're at 112. So here's the thing. We're not making any changes right now, but I want to open it up to suggestions from all of you as to what we can do. Now, here's the thing. I'll tell you what we're not going to do. We're not going to do player of the week. That is an AC thing. That is not an ACO thing. Not to mention, it would just be the way ACO functions a little bit differently with having so many events and so many other things. It would just be a lot to cram into a weekly schedule. But I'm looking at, do we want to do a bi-weekly, or which would be the fortnight? Do we want to change the structure completely and not have per se, Moodle says she has an idea. Not say complete, like not change it, maybe not even have per se this kind of format. It's kind of like, Moodle, did you want to say something? Did you have a night, say your idea?
Yeah, I wrote it down. So, I was thinking instead of like having just one player of the week, we can kind of celebrate everyone who's been great the whole month. So I was thinking about having like a hop rant spawn with some books where throughout the month you could put a person that you've caught kind of out there bettering the server and writing what they did down. And then at the end of the month we could like kind of have the player of the month meeting, but kind of just like go over those people in the books that people wrote down.
So
kind of like the TAO, or kind of like Caught being awesome on AC, but like instead of focusing on one player, because there's so many people on ACO now, it's gonna be hard to know like what you were saying, like who's gonna be
it's hard. Yeah.
yeah.
And I get, like, you guys are not like AC players who literally will rage quit every single week if they don't get player of the week. You guys are obviously a lot more mature. And that's why I've kind of been so hesitant to even bring this up. Now, I'm wondering if we couldn't maybe continue with player of the month, but maybe make that an addition. So like we still have a per se player of the month, but then at the same time, we could do something like that idea where you guys can, it's almost like giving CBAs, if you guys think of it, like being able to say, hey, I just want to say that I saw this player do this and that was really amazing, and I feel like they should be honored and, or at least brought up. And maybe that's something we can say along with it, because honestly it's really hard for me. The part of the reason I do not vote for player of the month is because I would have a really hard time picking someone. I see the good things that you guys do that nobody else sees, because I, thanks to console, I do see, messages and things. And I see the goodness. I see some of you guys go completely unthanked for so many amazing positive things that are done because you choose to do these things anonymously. But yet the player that receives it knows. And it might be an opportunity for that person to maybe say, hey, I saw this happen and this is pretty amazing. So I think that's a great idea. I actually really like that idea. Is here like a point for every 2 books you get a diamond block or something? Yeah. So okay. So here's the thing, and I appreciate you saying your idea, Moodle. But I think what we might need to do is, I think let's maybe set up a channel and talk about the future of player of the month. And if you guys have ideas, like Moodle just kind of said hers, but if you guys have ideas, um, of how you would like to see the future of player of the month go, we can suggest it. It doesn't need to be something we change right away. It's just one of those things I wanted to bring it up to you. Player of the month started on ACO back when ACO first started, but it died out. The server basically died out. When we came back and we started getting everything going again, we didn't really have an admin. And so a few of us, it was like me, TK, BB, and Telly, sort of Telly, we all started Player of the Month backup. And it's something that we did as a community. And that's why to this day it is ran as a community. I don't vote. I put out the poll, but you guys pick it. It's not admin ran. So now that I think we're getting to the point where we might need to change it, I want it to be the community that decides and not admin. And that's why I'm coming to you with it. I loved Amanda's idea. I see some other good ideas in the chat too. So let's talk about it. Let's brainstorm. You guys think about it. I'll put, like I said, I'll put up a channel. I'll put something up that, so that you guys can have a place to put your ideas regarding it. And then, maybe by next month we'll have something new that we want to do. Or maybe you guys will be like, nope, I like it how it is. Let's not change it. And we can do that. But it's hard. It is hard for me to sit back and watch so many like deserving players not get it, on top of the really deserving players that do get it, because in the end, if you just look at the numbers, it's only 12 of you a year are going to make it. That could be 5 years before you have your turn of getting something that you've deserved every single month. And again, I feel this way with Crafters, with Player of the Week too. Obviously, there's so many great ones, and only one can get it. So anyway, so just wanted to throw that out there and see what you guys thought. And thank you for sharing that, Amurul. And reading these other ones, yeah, it's great. You guys seem to really have, you guys care and love the server so much, and it really shows in how you guys respond to things. So all right, so with that being said, it kind of concludes the meeting part. One other thing I want to tell you is this week you'll be seeing the community portal rooms are going to be changing. We're going to go back to using the pyramid. I'm going to slowly get some stuff pulled over to the pyramid, but we have 2 brand new portal rooms that will be debuted. One is going to be for the farms, and the other one is going to be for the special events. So farms and special events are going to have their own portal room areas, and that way you don't have to try and run upstairs, downstairs, try to figure out where everything is. And the pyramid days, you don't have to run in circles trying to find everything. It's going to be very simply, it'll be the farms portal room. You'll go in and you can go to the various farms. And this is all going to be at in the pyramid. So we're going to go back to using the pyramid. You guys know the only reason the portal room even happened was because can we have the farms and the weather near each other? What are you talking about? All of our portal rooms are all together.
Blue, what I was saying, what I mean is, when you come out of the nether hub and you walk out into spawn, to the left and right of there, I'm wondering if we could put those there.
It's going to wait, I don't understand. Oh, I don't know the placement yet. I'll figure that out.
Like,
Wait,
I'll post
yeah.
this. I'll post a screenshot in ACO talk later.
Okay. One is going to be the first one on one side, and one is going to be the first one on the other side.
That's what
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah. No, that's exactly. Yep, that's exactly how we have that. So
Okay.
Hang on 1 second. Just 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, so that's really exciting stuff. That's cool things that are happening. We have the new farms. I know I said last month the new farm would be put in, but I believe that Buddy and Ben X are gonna get that finished up.
Well,
right?
Buddy has disappeared, so
Okay.
I don't know. He said we were going to work on it, and he's just disappeared.
Yeah, maybe his laptop
probably
officially
broke.
died. So anyway, so we have that coming. The farm will be great because it'll give you guys, for some of you that don't have bases established yet or something, you'll be able to get food there. You can use, the farms. It's just a cool area. So that will all be debuted this week. We're about to have the fireworks show. I have a few things in planned for later this month. Now, if you guys had a choice, do you want Christmas in July or do you want Halloween in July? Last year we did both.
Christmas.
Last year we did both, and it was a lot. So, which would you guys rather celebrate in July?
Either one. I don't really care.
Wait. What about a Christmas themed trick or treat type thing?
A Christmas themed Halloween party in July? That's kind of cool.
That would be an ACO thing.
It's such an ACO thing. You will only ever find that in ACO.
Yeah.
So keep an eye where this will be towards the end of the month. I think last year's it was around Melissa's birthday. By the way, you guys know I've made it very clear. Alyssa's on break. She's got a lot of stuff going on IRL, and so she's just taking some time to sort through that. And so you guys all know that. You guys are being really good about not pinging her anyway, but just keep in mind that she is on break. But I remember it's because last year was around Alyssa's birthday, and Riley and I, as you guys might remember, we were there. Like we got to see her on her birthday, and she is. I just talked to her this morning, so she's doing good.
ACR.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we're still working on ACR stuff. That's totally outside of ACO stuff, but ACR is still in the process. Everything with what's been going on in the world kind of slowed everything down in general, but it is still a thing. So
I'm still looking forward to it.
yeah, and also guys, as soon as Hitman's over, we will be looking at switching to 116. We are pretty much ready to go. There's a few things that AF is still kind of tweaking out, but for the most part, we're looking pretty good. So it's something to look forward to. Once and we could be 116 before the next meeting. The Nether Hub, I did go and fix outside those holes. You know, someone decided to have a little Bed Wars fight down there. Let's not do that. I don't want to have to protect the Nether Hub. I'm really trying hard not to do that because by doing that, it takes away from you guys. And one of the things is the area around the Nether Hub needs to stay nice. If you're out exploring and all of a sudden you are like, you know, if someone could not sleep right now too, by the way, that'd be great. Don't sleep because we're getting ready to do the fireworks. If we're outside, if someone's outside in the Nether Hub and you know, and there's like pigmen are chasing them or gas are chasing them, and then all of a sudden they can't even get inside because there's holes everywhere, that's a mess. So let's just not do that, okay guys? Let's not yeah, do not sleep guys, please. Yeah, so no more doing that. I'm gonna say 100 block radius, guys. Let's leave that alone. Admins will be doing some decorating of the Nether Hub once we do 116. Unfortunately, it's something only an admin can do because it has to be done through creative mode. So just
I have a question.
What's your question?
Could we reconvene for another meeting for 116 stuff on like what on like portals, like if we're gonna do port? I feel like that's a big
I'm still
at
trying.
one
I
time.
will let you guys know if you can have another. I know a lot of you want another to Nether portal, which has been a big no-no on ACO because we are trying, even though yes, we have the sleep plugin and yes, we have a few things that really just benefit the players as far as giving them a better experience. We are vanilla. We try to stay as vanilla as possible. And one of the big things the AF has said is Nether to Nether is not possible. Yes, we can do it. I've done it before. We've had players that we've had to do it, but we're trying to limit that. So for sure, I can tell you we will have at least one Nether to Nether portal as a community so that you guys can get into new territory. Rather not you're able to have one on your own. I don't know yet. You just have to wait and see. I'm trying to read chat really quick.
Like what Void said.
Yeah, a word avoids Manila, we would just use another world. Yeah, exactly. Now you cannot, you know, I know what someone had brought up, and I think it was Mod. Can we have our own Nether portal from a world base? No, you can't. That just all of our portals have to stay in your portal room. Otherwise, if we start allowing portals all over the place, then it's just going to be chaos. So no. So yep, and like Dusty said, you can always do ice roads. You know, you can find, you know, go out and explore. So this is why we always tell you guys, you know, when you get things like fly and stuff, don't just explore just to load chunks if you don't have to. The last time we had fly, we had a few players literally go to the end borders, not even taking the same route, and that literally loaded so many chunks. So now when we do have, you know, new like upgrades and things, the areas are just done. That's why we'll have to expand the map, and now we'll have to be out over 500,000 blocks to try to get to new terrain. So please, guys, when you do have a privilege like fly, it's one of the reasons we ask that you just don't do stuff like that. Yeah, and then yeah, the map, that's at least the map has a purpose, and you didn't go border to border. But yeah, I get that. Yep, a giant subway. You guys will come out. You guys are smart. You guys will figure it all out. So you
We'll
guys
work
will
together as
figure it out.
community.
What's that?
ACO community.
Yeah, you guys will work together and figure it out. But just know, I mean, we're not going to let you guys not have some of the perks of this. So you guys will have, you know me well enough to know that. We're going to definitely do some decorating, and we'll bring a little bit of the new Nether to our Nether. Unfortunately, it is 100% out of the question to move the Nether hub. As you guys know, that we have about 1,000 portals in that one area, over 1,000. Okay. And think about each player gets 10 portals, right? How many of there are you? A lot.
112. So
Okay, do the math, right?
100 and
On top of all the other
1,000.
portals, on top of the other portals, on top of the special event portals. So each of those portals, in case you didn't know, has a destination point that is set. That's how you get to where you're going. And that would mean us changing all of those destination points. The idea of it literally makes my head want to enchilada, like makes my head want to blow up. So the Nether Hub is not moving. I can tell you that. The best that we can do is try to bring in some of the Nether stuff to the best thing we can do is try to bring and decorate.
I was thinking like whenever we update, like maybe the admins outside the Nether Hub where people put beds and all that, maybe we throw some trees up.
That's what I literally just said that. Yeah,
Sorry.
I said, trust us, the admins, we will take care of you. We will make it look pretty. Like I said, unfortunately, some of it, we'll just, when you guys sign in that day, you'll see. Just know we're probably going to be down for a few hours while we do some testing when we do it. And we'll give you notice. We always give you guys notice. No, this is not a fly situation. All right, so it'd be nice to
Well,
have a
who
proper
knows? We could be at
Nether Hub
150 players by that point.
Yeah, who knows? That's true. All right. Did anyone else have any other questions regarding anything coming up? I'll let you guys know about the event later in the month. We have quite a few birthdays this month. We are also restructuring the birthdays. Once you've had a birthday build done, you do not have a second birthday build done. It's kind of we more add on with this many players as well. We're just revamping the whole birthday area, so we're changing things. You're not going to have per se the kind of builds that we had in the past when we had a lot fewer players, and you'll just have to see as we start to debut those.
July's a big birthday month for us, I think.
It is a huge birthday month for us. Yep. So all right, well, that being said, Dusty, are you ready for those Americans? Happy 4th of July or happy
Blow some
Independence
stuff
Day.
up. Sweet.
Yeah, hi Riley.
We really got away with it.
Nice of you to wake up in time for Player of the Month. So Dusty, where would you? Are we all just gonna head down? So if you guys can head down to like where the map is at spawn. Not the map, but the little map right here. Yep.
It's a blowing stuff up American.
Yep. This is how we do it. And for those Canadians, you guys just celebrated your Independence Day as well, so this is for you too. So.
Aren't you all lucky that we gave you independence?
You mean we ran away from you? That?
Yeah, thanks to taxes.
Moodle help.
But Moodles give us education on whatever this thing's Madrid called.
America won a war. The end.
Okay.
It's because
actually,
taxes.
I know what happens on 4th of July.
More than
Fireworks.
taxes, but
America has signed a
In the
Declaration
UK,
of
it's been called
Independence.
it's Super Saturday today because all the restaurants and buildings that we can't name for reasons are all open now.
Hey guys, I'll be back in a sec.
So they have more police on duty today than they do on the New Year's Day and Eve. They've got more police on duty today.
Uh-oh, hold on.
Hey Ben.
Yes. Which one? Oh, it's you. Hello.
Ben, come under the tree right here.
It won't work, mod.
Oh yeah, I would do that to blue. That's patched.
Well, it's not patched. It's done by command. Yes, thank you.
Hang on, this one's setting, so let's just give it a minute. All right, so just to finish up the meeting, does anyone have any questions, any suggestions, anything that they have been waiting very, very patiently to say?
Hi blue.
Black New, I see your question. I'll have to go and so basically Hitman is a game that we play on the server where you are given a target and that target is you have to kill them. It's kind of like if you think of what a Hitman is IRL, it's kind of the same. Why is what is going on?
Wait, is the meeting over?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go play on my Xbox. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. So basically you are given a target and you have to eliminate that person. And then when you do, you take on the person that they had. That's how it works. So it's kind of it's a game that we've been playing on ACO since the beginning of time, like since the beginning of ACO. Yeah, absolutely you can. If you sign up now, there's rules. You have to join. What was it, guys? You have to play 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes
Like every 3 days.
every 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you can't sign up if you're not going to actually be on the server to play. You have to make yourself available, meaning you can't just hide like at a base the whole time. You can't camp. You have to actually be proactive and go after the person that you're assigned, and give time for the person to go after you. So we can go over it a little bit more after. But yeah. So Dusty, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
This can be lit.
Like a firework.
That's a good joke there.
I just see the best spot to sit for all this. Oh, this is perfect. I'm actually going to take some pictures up here. So
Yay.
The fireworks show will go for about 4 minutes, and there's gonna be like a 30-second finale at the end, or that's
Oh,
how
nice.
that's how it should work.
Perfect, Dusty. This is amazing.
Now this looks epic.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Hey, Blue, you want a cake?
No, my inventory is full of cake. Thank you. You guys, Emra's and Tabby and Martin M, they got a good spot.
I'm onto the tree.
Yeah, I can't even get up to shoot.
Hey guys, let's take a picture. Turn around. Martin M, turn around. There you go. See if I can. There we go. That is so cool. That's awesome.
Fireworks behind you.
Why
There's
don't we
fireworks
have Dusty do
everywhere.
them for AC spawn at this point?
This is
Why don't we
awesome.
Go
have
go.
And these are not permanent here, so we can have fireworks shows whenever we want. Thank you, Dusty. Well, not when we want, but when when we have any kind of event or something like that, we can have Dusty refill them.
Yeah, I mean, even if we wanted to, we could use this for New Year's or any event, really.
Yeah, this is great. So thank you for doing that, Dusty. Dusty set all this up for us.
Yeah.
yesterday.
It's cold that goes down to the redstone over here.
These are so cool. The star, and there's so many different ones. That's what I love about it. It's not just the usual fireworks. Like he has stars. It's so cool.
Whoa.
So great to watch you guys improve on things that you're already so good at, and like this is one of those areas for Dusty. I feel like he just continually is just still learning so much and doing so well. You guys are so talented. Did you have me in my dirt house?
Really, Blue?
This reminds me, Dusty, I need your help. Dusty should open up not just a fireworks shop, Dusty, but you should also open up services so players can be able to have their own fireworks shows, you know?
Yeah.
Like you
He
set
has
it all up for
gunpowder
them.
now.
What are you doing,
Hello.
Ben?
Hello.
Hello.
Very cool.
I'm flying. I can't even track. I can see the trail, but can't see the person.
I can't right now. He's right
I wasn't.
there.
I was
Well, thank
expecting.
you, Dusty. I appreciate you taking the time to do that for us. So.
Yeah.
And again, Canada, U.S., Happy Independence Day for both of us. And yeah, so all right, guys. Well, that kind of finishes up the meeting. And again, like I said, sorry, I don't like meetings where we have to have so much of the harder talks. But you guys know your safety is the most important thing to me, and I care enough about each of you to make sure that we do have to go over
Yeah.
these rules. So
Safety first,
Up.
fun
And
second.
exactly.
I'm sorry to talk over you, but it just
No, you're fine.
I've really noticed lots of drama like over this 1 month, and it's just like a lot of those topics that you brought up. I feel like a lot of those actually sparked a lot of that drama, and I
Yep.
feel like putting a lot of that stuff under control should put the drama down.
Exactly. I feel the exact same, and that's why it's worth bringing up if we have to every month. You know what I mean? It's worth it
Yeah.
because um it's just important, and I make the commitment as the admin to keep you guys safe, and that's part of that.
Some
So
topics is it's really hard to avoid drama, and you just have to do it with the least amount of drama possible.
Yeah.
exactly. For those of you that took pictures of the fireworks and stuff, can you just guys post them in like either AC talk or memes and images? I
What
can't
do
wait
it?
to see
What do
them.
it do?
I will, yeah. So, but do we share links anymore? No.
No. Well, Blue, am I allowed to post a
Yes, Mod.
screenshot with the link in it?
No.
Are you allowed to post what?
A
He
screenshot with
takes a
the link in it.
screenshot that
That
has the
is
link in it.
that
That is so
literally
mod.
Okay.
Oh my
that
gosh.
literally is just going around the rule. Let's not go around the rule.
Okay.
So.
If people really
it's
want to
Well,
find it,
but
they can Google.
allow me to explain though. Sometimes this how Mod actually does it. He actually uses this website. Like, could you say the name of it, Mod?
Imgur, I use ShareX and I
Oh,
take a
Imgur,
screenshot and
yeah.
crop it. I use ShareX, crop it.
Yeah. I mean, but you understand why, right? It could be,
Yeah.
let's say it's a Minecraft post, right? And it's like about the Nether update, something so simple and something very ACO appropriate. And then, but let's say that somebody makes a comment on that thread that is really not ACO appropriate. Guess what? Our players saw all of it.
Yeah.
They saw the good with the bad. So instead, take a screenshot of the good and crop it, get the link out of that, even that, and then post it, and then that way you can
Yeah.
that way it's
Yeah.
yeah.
If people really want to find it, they can search it themselves. If people really want to go out of the way.
Exactly. Let it be on them, because some of our players are not allowed Twitter. We have some players that are 15, 16ish, and their parents, like Riley, doesn't have a Twitter. I don't allow her to have a Twitter. And so if you post a link, well, guess what? She clicks on that link. You don't have to have a Twitter to follow the link. And now she just got exposed to something that I'm desperately trying to keep her not to be exposed from. Do you see how this works?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what
Like,
about
Twitter.
what
You
about
can literally,
links? But
yeah.
no Twitter at all. Not even
No,
two links.
yes, no Twitter, even Instagram can have some really horrible
Yeah.
comments. So it's just better safe than sorry. Like I said, if it's important enough for you to share it, screenshot it and then share it. But you don't have to share. That's sharing what you want to share without sharing everybody else's opinion as well.
Yeah.
Because Twitter's famous for, you can literally be like, it's a beautiful day outside, and someone will be like, go kill yourself. Welcome to Twitter.
Yeah, I've
Twitter
seen it.
is that bad. Yeah.
But what about the Minecraft.net post? Like, I post a Snapchat thing from
If
Minecraft.net.
it's something from Minecraft, that's fine. But even things like Reddit, you just have to be careful of. So
Yeah, like if you have the URL to Minecraft.net, not like the Twitter. But
yeah, exactly. But the actual sites are absolutely fine.
Okay. But just don't do Twitter where anyone can comment anything.
I would say just stay away from
Nice meeting
social
you
media,
again.
like links and stuff. Because
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, we're really starting to hammer home safety on AC as well. And so what you want to do is, some of you guys are all friends on things like Twitter or Instagram. You're older, you're able to kind of understand and handle each other, but at the same time, don't post. And I'm going to tell you the same thing we had to tell staff, and the same thing we're telling the younger players. Don't use your real names. You can use your first name, but don't use your last name. Don't post personal identifying information. So you might be posting a sign, or posting a picture that you think is really harmless, but in the background might have a sign that says what city you're in. Okay. And if you have your name, it's not hard for some players to look up and find exactly where you're at.
Yeah, I can just throw your last name into the county database and pull it up.
Now Mod has your home address, your phone number. Does this make sense what I'm saying, guys?
And your
Yeah.
tax ID.
Why
He
are
mod
you
already
using
had
my
all
name entirely for my Discord stuff?
I have your tax ID, your mortgage payment.
Literally, it's
Yeah.
that. And if Mod can do it, many other people can do it. So I cannot
That's
stress
kinda-
enough, guys.
That just
Internet
sounds cruel.
safety. It's safety.
That's
Here, I love
kind
this
of why.
analogy.
That's kind
Okay.
of why I blur out like city names that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't even. Nin lives really close to me, and I do not know what city he's in. That's how secure he is. Like, I know he's close to me, and I do not know what city he's in, and that's absolutely fine.
And that's about it.
Yeah, so here's because there's a lot of little cities over there. But here's the thing, guys. It's okay. Would you get into a van with a man? Would you get in a white van with a man that it says free kittens?
Are there free
No.
V bucks in it?
No, I'm asking very serious. You guys wouldn't, right?
No.
But yet you guys will
I like cats.
but listen, but you'll blindly go into a chat or a message with somebody that you don't know other than superficially, because we all know each other, more on the superficial side. Not to say I don't care and love each of you, and I do, but at the same time, you guys don't, know me, and I want you to, feel comfortable with me, but at the same time, you just don't know what kind of person I am behind closed doors.
Then,
I'm a good person, but I don't want you to trust me because again, I'm an adult. And you wouldn't go off with an adult in a van. Don't go into private chats. Don't go into chat rooms. Don't go into private Discord servers. We had this happen last week where a very young player on Outcraft, and I mean very young, under 12 young, was in a Discord with other people, and one of those was an adult man. And incredibly scary stuff, right, guys? And so it's like, talking to their mom, because of course we had talked to their mom when we found this out. It's like, you wouldn't allow your child to go into a van with somebody. Don't allow them to go into private discords. And it's on our responsibility not to invite people. If you're on another server and to you it's the safest thing in the world and everyone's great, so you feel it's okay to invite people on, shame on you, because you literally just now exposed somebody to being vulnerable to get taken advantage of, because the people you might know there are fine, but what about when someone else joins and they're not? Or maybe the friends you think you have online are not quite the people that you would want your own. Like, think of it like a sibling, right? If you guys are protective of like a younger sibling, something like that, you wouldn't want them to go off into other places where there's adults talking to children. Like, and this is happening. Like I said, a 10-year, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say your age, a very young girl literally just had this happen last week, and it's very, very scary stuff. And this is what keeps me up at night, honestly, this kind of scary stuff. So I don't even allow Riley to do that, and she's 16. So imagine, very young, very, very scary. So please, guys, please take this so serious, because what can be a harmless conversation, and oh my god, and like I said, autistics, we're very trusting people, and we overshare. And if someone's like, "I love Hamilton," oh my gosh, I love Hamilton, and now we're having a private conversation, and then that's real easy for someone to lure them away. And that's just not safe. I know it is, and I know you love Hamilton, Emrys. But I use that as an example because I saw this actually happen. I literally saw this happen yesterday with the movie Hamilton. So
What is Hamilton other than the movie?
it's Emrys's cat's name.
Okay. What is this movie? I keep hearing about it, but I have no knowledge of it.
Yeah, it's actually really good. I recommend you watch it. So
Yeah.
yep. Oh, Riley just had a Charlie and a Toby. Can you believe that? Cats. We had a Charlie and Toby. Yeah, same with okay, I saw Space's message right now. Sorry, Space, I missed that. Couldn't that be the same with YouTube comments? It is, and unfortunately, if we're gonna share YouTube, there's really no way to do that. Hopefully the person is able to control their own comments. And this is why we only post stuff in YouTube that is family friendly stuff.
You actually are able. You are actually able to do it. I've done it on mine to make sure.
Yeah, so that's, and if there's comments that are not appropriate and the person allows them to be there. See, it's different with Twitter. You cannot delete a comment. So if I post, such a great day, guys, I love you all, and someone says something really vulgar and awful, I can't delete that comment. I can't, even if it's so inappropriate. I can't.
Nowadays, Twitter's starting to roll out a feature where you can limit who replies to you now.
Yeah, but you have to know ahead of time. So if someone randomly just does that, I can't change it. With YouTube, on the other hand, they can change it. So just be safe. By the way, it did come up recently. No posting YouTubes from band players. I shouldn't even have to say that, but if somebody is not here anymore for a reason, they're not here anymore for a reason. So let's not please post Twitter links to players that are not here, things like that. So, or talk about them in general. That's not that's not us being mean. It's just us protecting you. So
yeah, we want as much protection as possible, but some places it's just not possible.
Well, exactly. I'm going to protect you while you're here. I can't protect you when you're anywhere else. So, here, just don't. It just came up, and it's not because this player is a bad player. It's just because it brought up a lot of hurt feelings because it was something that very recently, as you guys all know, just happened. So it's just kind of one of those things. Let's just not do that. If you're unsure, ask an admin. Say, hey, real quick, is it okay if I post this video? I know it has to do with that. So Ben, I'm watching you. Stop. All right. Any questions? Yeah, exactly. We don't want to do that. We're trying to not do that. I go out of my way and literally, the other admins, we literally go out of our way to make sure everyone has a very positive, safe experience here. And sometimes I feel like we're fighting an uphill battle when it comes to that, but I will fight that battle till the end because that's how important it is. So. Yeah.
Blue.
Exactly. You can absolutely post it.
Blue. So this is going so. Well, this isn't really Player of the Week anymore. I feel like.
Yeah, we're Player of the Week ended. Yeah.
Well, you did,
Yeah.
and I didn't even get to end off my video. Thanks.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, no, well, it's not so much that it ended. It's just we transitioned into other talk. But
yeah.
Go ahead and let Dusty do his outro real quick.
Then I can ask a question.
Sure.
Okay, thank you all for watching the video. This has been Dusty Circuit here for another ACO Player of the Month. Hope you've all enjoyed. Remember to rate, comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content from me. Peace out.
Peace out. See you guys.
Bye.
Okay, so